In this video, we're going to see if it's worth it to upgrade the cone inside your Gretsch Honey Dipper resonator with a premium one like one from National Resophonic guitars. Before we rip this cone out though, we've got to get some sound samples so we can compare things later on in the video. Alright, now this isn't going to be a tutorial in how to actually do this. There's probably a lot better ways, but I'm just going to get it done. Just a guy with a guitar wanting to change some parts out. So first thing I'm going to do is take off this bridge cover plate here, just above the saddle. Next up, I'm going to loosen these strings so that I can hopefully get this out without taking off the strings. So now I have the strings loosened. I'm going to put them out of the way, and then we're going to take off this cone cover plate here. Same deal, just going to go slowly, unscrew, careful, and okay, and we're back. I'm going to try to sneak this out. Nice. And here we get our first look at the biscuit and cone that comes with the Gretsch. Check that out. Alright, so very similar, right? Like everything looks pretty similar to what we've seen so far. We've got the biscuit that screws through the bottom of the cone. This side faces down, and there you can see the bridge where the strings will run. So I'm going to take this and put it aside. So check this out. We've actually got some wood in here. Pretty cool. And now what we're going to do is try to drop in the new National. So let's see how this works. All right. Just going to slide this in. And it looks like it fits just fine, but we're missing something. We're missing the bridge. So what I want to do, at least first, is just take this bridge off, this biscuit, and drop it in right here in place. Hopefully that'll work, and then I won't have to do any major work on the bridge, or rather on the saddle that came with this kit. We'll just do a pure cone swap out here. Let's see if that actually works. But before we do that, I'm a little curious about the overall height of the cone, of the two cones. Let's see if we could get any sort of gauge on that. To me, they look about the same. I think that's a good thing when it comes to maintaining the same action, since I'm going to try to keep this bridge. But you know, we'll just see how that goes. Now what I'm going to do is try to remove this biscuit, because I'd like to just save the bridge. Otherwise I think I'm going to have a fair amount of work doing the National bridge, plus the the saddle on the National, I'm probably going to have to dial it in, and maybe that's for another day, another video, another upgrade. But right now I want to just see if I can swap out just the cone and see if that makes a big difference. Alright, so I'm putting aside the old cone, and it looks like this might actually work. If I get my National cone here, pop it on top, looks like a good match here, and flip it over and try to see if I can get this on. You know, of course the overall construction of the two cones could cause this to not work, but we've got my fingers crossed here. Hopefully this will work. It feels like it might. Now, again, maybe later I'll take a little more time and work on the bridge. Maybe, you know, go back and put the National bridge in there, the biscuit in there, and then the National saddle in there. But for now, I think this is going to work out. And all I really have to do is make sure that I've got the right side of this thing, the correct side, lined up so that my slots are good. So the deeper slot in the saddle is over here, so I'm going to make sure that's on the bass side of the guitar. Alright, sliding this thing back in, and then now I'm just going to reverse the steps. Let's put this thing back together. Now I'm back after tightening up everything, and I'm going to place the strings in their proper spot, just to semi-line the bridge up. And then what I'm going to do is put the bridge cover plate back on. All right, time to restring, tune up, and give it a test. So what do you think? Was it worth it for me to yank this thing out and put in an $80 National cone? Well, here are my thoughts. I definitely want to hear from you down in the comments, so please let me know what you think. But me experiencing this guitar in my hands in my usual studio space, what I hear is that the notes are a little more pronounced. I feel like I'm getting more of the actual note, a little more of the fundamental, and less crazy wild reverb happening inside the body of the guitar. I definitely noticed that right away when I picked up the Gretsch from the factory, from the retailer rather, is that there was just a lot of wild, crazy things happening inside the guitar. And that sounded great. So to me, this could be down to personal preference. Maybe you like that sort of wild sound, or maybe you like something a little tighter and controlled. That's my experience on this guitar in my room with my ears of the change between this cone and the $80 National upgrade. I think I'm going to keep it. I like it. It's sounding good to my ears, and I think I'm going to go back and upgrade the bridge and see if that makes any difference. I will say that I did not notice a change in action, maybe a little bit, but it's very slight. This is still very comfortable for me to play by just swapping over the biscuit bridge that came from Gretsch. So that's it. I think I'm going to keep this, but I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments, and until next time, practice smart and play on.